Hello, hello. Thanks for dropping in. I have here a pet. Yes, indeed. It is a 4032, otherwise known as a Fat 40. It looks very much like an 8032, but it is 40 columns. It is the next machine to be moved into the pet room. And right now, the pet room is growing. So much so, I'm not sure where I'm going to put them, but I'm going to get them all in here, because that's the only way I'm going to figure out how many there are and what needs to be done. So at this moment, this would make 19 of various models. 19. This one, as it happens, works. I know it works. Behold the magic. Wait for the magic Twitter. Ooh, there it is. So the difference between this and an 8032 is that, of course, it's 40 columns, and the characters are bigger. They were very popular among the elderly, of which I wasn't at the time, but also in schools. They often seem to get the 4032 version rather than the 8032 version. I'm not sure if it was more or less expensive. From what I've heard, it's the same board, and they just tweak some things on it, and it can be one or the other. Although I do know there's a fellow, he's a member of TPUG, who is a genius, Steve Gray, who has come up with a way through an assortment of software, maybe it's software, firmware, hardware, whatever, with one of his machines. He showed it to me, where if you want to go to 80 columns, you type in 80. I think that's what it was. Maybe there was a greater land sign, and it switches. And away you go. And you want to come back, you come back. I do know that there were some people who did, in fact, get some kits or something or other to let them switch way, way, way back when. And I got a machine from somebody who had that done, and it seemed to me there was a whole lot of pins that were a whole lot higher, but the machine didn't work, and I don't know if it works or what, if something's missing, or anyway, I really have not had a chance to dig into it, and I'm not even sure where it is, but I will find it, because I'm going to find all the pets and bring them here. I am. Anyway, as I said, this room is getting kind of full, so I will have to figure out where things are going to go. And I don't think the mantle is wide enough, and I don't really think I can safely get things up there. But I will see. But I don't think so. So, anyway, 4032. 32K, 40 columns. Pretty simple. Reminds me of how Volvo used to name their cars. I had one in the States. Actually, I had three in the States when I was there. I had a 142, a 145, and a 164 at various times. The 142 was 4 cylinders, 2 doors. The 164 was 6 cylinders, 4 doors. And the 145 was 4 cylinders, 5 doors. Yes, a station wagon. Yeah, they was pretty cool. Anyway, so yes, here we have one. Oh, key feels a little funny. Little off kilter. See if this works. Invariably, this will need a little tweakage. Yeah, that doesn't look so great. It is not the right length to look cool. So, when you move up, when you move over, we press shift and delete. We add a space. We hit return. Lost the cursor key. Oh, there's the cursor key. Yeah, that's right. I'm not typing around. Does it look any better? Not really. Not really, it does not. So we do that again. I don't know what the exact number of things that I need here is. Does this look cooler? Well, it's getting there. It's kind of running. I think maybe we're on the verge of greatness. Perhaps. One more. Perhaps. And then we'll have it. I have not opened this machine. I know it works, as you can see. No, that's not really. Not really. Oh well. So be it. Anyway, 8032 could probably be converted into, sorry, 4032 could be converted to an 8032. Don't know what other secrets are hiding inside. The screws are both in it. At some point I will open it, but that's not part of what I'm doing these days. I'm gathering. Because I gotta get them in, and I gotta figure out where they're gonna go, and I gotta get them all in here, every single pet. And this is but another one. It is. So, one thing I do notice, I do have a lot of the machines where this is thin, and this thing kind of reminds me of like safety tape to help you not slip on the stairs. I much prefer the thicker thing with the, actually not the oldest pet label, because they're, well, they look pretty delicate. The in-between ones where they're really something. And also the monitor ends up being a little higher. Anyway, I like the looks of them better. Just the symmetry. I'm not, I'm not, ooh, the art this, the art that. I don't know. The ones, the original pets, and then the 2001s and other things after that, where this space was bigger, they flow better. They do. They just look more cosmetically appealing, more symmetrical. Anyway, but this one works. It's all good. At some point I'll open it. One thing though about this one, and I knew this when I got it, if you look very closely, this is not the right key. It's actually, I believe, from a VIC-20. But I think amongst all that I have around here, I should be able to find a 1 key from a pet, I believe. I hope. I do. The label on this one is a little squirrely. I have not got replacements, but you never know. You never know. I might. Oh yeah, it's squirrely. But I will. It's a pet and it works. And actually, this is the kind of pet that my brother and I had. We had and ran the bulletin board, the Bradley Village bulletin board on most of the time. It was a 4032. It was a Fat 40. And it never failed us. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. So, anyway, if the screws weren't in this, I'd open it. At some point, maybe I will. Who knows? Maybe there's some extra ROMs and stuff in there. Because, of course, in the old days, you didn't have dongle things most of the time to make sure programs worked. You had EEPROMs that you had to put. There was a couple of extra sockets. And I'm not sure if it actually had stuff that helped the program or programming to do with the program, or if it was just a thing that said, hey, is that EEPROM there? I don't know. Anyway, as I gaze fondly around the room, I have a little tidying to do, and I have to do some figuring as to where this machine will go. I am contemplating making the back row, the back wall, 3 pets high. I'm contemplating. I don't know if that's wise yet, but you'll see soon enough. Anyway, thanks for having a look at this Commodore FAT 40, and I think I'll turn it off now. And we'll see you soon. Stay tuned as the pet room grows. By the way, the reason I'm not thinking of adding any more height to any of the 2 side tables is the tables that are under here they're kind of like what you would find on a movie and TV set and some churches and other things. They're fine. They're perfectly fine. But they are folding tables, and so the whole thing on the top is not a solid piece. And there are hinges, and there's a thing that sticks through to make sure it's nice and strong. But it's never going to be as strong as a big solid piece of wood. It just isn't. So I'm not sure that the other 2 tables, or even this one here, would collapse with too much weight. Well, certainly with too much weight, I'm sure it would, but I'm not sure if more pets would be too much weight. And the table in the back is one solid hunk of wood, and it's strong and beastly, so I think it'll be okay. Actually, even right now, and with other things, like these tables, they just sag in the middle. They just do. That's just the way they are. Like even, especially this table over here where there's 4 pets sitting, I can see the first one, which is a super pet, is on a bit of an angle. And maybe the 2 in the middle are pretty straight, but at the other end, you can see it's a bit of an angle because the table's just not straight. Anyway, we'll see. I've got more to find. This completes the getting the pets out of the kitchen operation, although I have more tinkering and such to do out there. But this, as far as I remember, is the last pet I'm going to find there. I don't think there's any more under the table. But you never know, you know. So it'll be the garage, the basement, the upstairs, and then, of course, the pool room. You know what I'd like to do soon? I'd like to play a game of pool. That's what I'd like to do. That's going to take a little doing. But I can do it. I can. I think. Anyway. Thanks for coming. Once again, I'm going to get up, walk over here, and stop this recording. And you can, oh, here, if I move this back, you can get a little better look at some of the things that are lurking in this room. Some of them. Bye for now.